What's up, everybody? It's Thomas here with World Animal Foundation, and today I'm covering the Halo 3 and the Halo 2 Plus because that's the two collars I have, and I'm covering a specific aspect of it that doesn't get covered that much, and it's because it's not readily apparent, and that's creating a virtual fence by walking it out. Now, this is something that everybody who owns a spot-on collar or who is into smart collars knows how to do with the spot-on, but it's not readily apparent with the Halo. However, you can do it. And once you know how, it's pretty simple. So hang tight and I'll show you exactly how it's done. Once you get the app downloaded, everything set up, collar in hand, go ahead and put it on the charger and press that front button just like it shows on the screen. All you got to do is press it and release it really quick, and with the app on, it will do the rest. Sometimes it could take anywhere between 15 seconds to 2 or 3 minutes, but it's generally a purely automated process, and we'll go ahead and do the rest for you. And of course, you got to hook it up to your Wi-Fi by putting in your own password and all that good stuff. And then the collar starts downloading all of its stuff, and it will update on its own. You don't have to go in there and add any updates or anything of that nature. It'll do all that by itself. It's a pretty simple task, really, and it's the Halo app. Of course, you have to have the subscription before you get started, but the Halo app is a pretty intuitive, easy to use app, and it will do everything for you, at least for the most part. As you can see here, the longest part of the entire process really is connecting it to my Wi-Fi. That'll probably be the longest part of the process for you. Once you're done with all this, though, one of the first things you're going to want to do is open up the collar itself and go into advanced settings and GPS initialization. And then you're going to want to step outside and do yourself a little GPS calibration. I found that works wonders right off the bat before you even bother with your fence. You want to make sure that you've got the most precision, accurate GPS you can get. And this is especially true if you have a heavy tree canopy. As you can see here on the screen, I got a pretty heavy tree canopy. And since I was working with the 2 Plus, it's always a good idea to go out and do a GPS calibration on that from time to time. I try to do it once a week or so, once every 2 weeks. Now, once you got everything lined up in the app, make sure you got your collar on you like I got on my shoulder. That's where I like to wear it. And go ahead and hit add GPS. That'll create your first fence post. Then you just start walking it out. No reason to move too fast. Just kind of pick your own pace, move slowly. Whenever you get to your next point, it's a little different than the spot on. If you've seen some of my previous reviews, the spot on, you just walk it out. With the Halo, once you reach your next point, like right here, go ahead and hit your add GPS again. That will set your next fence post. Then you move along. I'm basically creating a rectangular grid outside of my chicken coop. I don't want the dogs going into the chicken coop area, so I'm creating this grid like this, and it's a little smaller, but for the purposes of just showing you how it works, it simplifies things. So here's my next point. Go ahead and hit your add GPS again. Boom, you got your next post. Then all you have to do is basically end up where you started, and when you hit your add GPS post again, it'll go ahead and connect them for you. You don't have to be exactly on the original starting dot to make it work. It'll automatically fill in the gap for you. All right, so I'm going to walk this collar up to the fence so you can see exactly how it works now that we've set it up and walked everything out. Not going to put it on Athena because I don't want her recognizing a new area, and she's already high-strung enough as it is as a high anxious dog, so I don't want to add the big scary collar sounds to that any. So I'm going to leave her out of this one, and I'll be the guinea pig today and show you the collar going off as we walk it up to the fence, and it's already going off, as you can hear. So like I said, don't want her to experience that. As you can see, it already bothers her a little bit. She run up here to see what's going on, and if it's on her neck, she might actually panic a little bit because she's not used to this being her area where she's not supposed to be. So there you have it. It works. Okay, it's a beautiful day outside. It's a little breezy, so I apologize for that. I was working with the Halo 2 Plus collar for Athena. I also have the Halo 3 collar, and if you want to check out those reviews, I've done that. I've covered it extensively, especially in comparison with the spot on, so you can check that out anytime you want. But one of the main issues you run into is like tree canopy. I have a lot of tree canopy here. Now the Halo 3 has a more precise GPS than the Halo 2 Plus. So that's one of the difficulties I had to deal with the 2 Plus. So when you're walking out your fence, if it takes the little icon that represents your collar, which in my case it's the little bitty picture of Athena, and you can see it on the screen recording if you go back, it may take it a second or two to catch up to you. So when you walk to your first fence post or your second fence post or any fence post, you may just need to stand there for a minute and give the icon time to catch up to you. And then you need to work on calibrating your GPS settings. That's kind of the reason I chose the 2 Plus, because I want to come out here and just work out some kinks with it and recalibrate those GPS settings. So that's one thing you need to do if you're having trouble, is just kind of wait on the icon. It'll get there, and then go ahead and hit your add GPS. Other than that, the collar worked phenomenally well, and as you can see earlier, as soon as I walked up to the fence, it went off, no problem. So I recalibrated the GPS in the advanced GPS settings, and didn't have much problem laying the fence posts at all. Everything went pretty good, so I'm happy with it. Okay, so the only tip or trick I would advise you to use is just patience, especially depending on if you have the Halo 2 Plus or the Halo 3, or if you have a heavy tree canopy outside. I've got both of them. The 2 Plus is a little less responsive when it comes to the tree canopy out there, which is why I explained earlier about the doing your GPS calibration. You should really do that for both collars. I think that's the best way to give the collars the most precision at all times, and I would go out and probably do it maybe once every 2 weeks or so. If you want to, if you really have a dense tree canopy out there, maybe do it, once every week instead of every 2 weeks. But that's to me, that's the biggest tip that I've gotten out of this whole situation, dealing with both collars. So one of the major takeaways is I was really happy with how responsive the Halo 2 Plus was, especially after we walked out the fence and everything. Like I said, I used both. I already know that the Halo 3 is a precise instrument. Now, the Halo 2 Plus I was a little bit concerned about, but when I took it out there, and y'all saw on video when I walked up to the fence, it went off immediately, just like it was supposed to, and it quit going off whenever I finally walked back. So I was really, really positive about that. And how simple the physical process was, the actual just walking it out and then hitting add GPS to set down your fence post. Now, the app itself is a little convoluted because it doesn't tell you exactly, where to go to start your virtual fence for walking it out. But once you get there, everything is simple, real intuitive, and I like that a lot. All right, to wrap things up, it's just a matter of connecting your collar, selecting the collar, hitting add GPS, and then walking your fence out, making sure you hit add GPS each time you reach a position in your yard that you want the fence post to be. And having one of these collars, the benefits for it are, I can't say enough about it. You've got safety, you've got peace of mind, you've got tracking, you've got, protecting your dog. I mean, these collars are the perfect containment system without having to construct a fence outside, which, especially with today's prices, is going to be extremely expensive, way more expensive than the price of the collar. So we appreciate you checking us out. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Go ahead and comment. I always try to get on here at the end of every day, check out the comments and answer any questions or concerns you have. So again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.